We're about 6 weeks away from Halloween, but ghoulish creatures are already taking over at Knott's Berry Farm. Last night was opening night for the park's annual Not Scary Farm. CBS NLA's Brittany Hopper has a preview.
It was all screams and laughter at Knott's Scary Farm, which is now officially open. Knott's Scary Farm has drawn millions of people the past 46 years, which has become an institution in SoCal, getting everyone in the holiday spirit.
Gets you right into the spirit, and then right after Halloween, you're ready for Christmas. But Halloween's one of the greatest.
The park totally transforms into a large haunted house with 9 mazes, scary attractions, shows, and more than 1,000 creatures lurking in the fog and hiding in every corner of the park. New this year is a haunted wax museum.
It was scary, it was fun, it was great, I loved it.
This year's theme is a nightmare you can't wake up from. And Knott's Scary Farm really does bring out the Halloween fear.
I loved it, but I jumped so high when the monster came out.
You can experience Knott's Scary Farm until November 2nd. In Buena Park, I'm Brittany Hopper for CBSN Los Angeles.
If you're not trying to get spooked this weekend but still want to have a good time, we've got you covered. There are lots of fun events across LA area, and joining me now to talk about them is Michael Juliano from Time Out LA. Welcome back.
Morning, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure, as always. There's a lot going on this weekend, and I'm not really into getting scared, so I'm looking forward to what you have to say.
Yeah.
Something's going on at the LACMA. What's that?
Yeah, so they're opening up 3 of their fall exhibits. One about sort of charting the Atlantic Ocean from this photographer, Thomas Cooper, I believe. There's an exhibit about Betty Saar, who's this great LA artist. But I think my favorite of the 3 is all about animals and Japanese art, right? So
what?
if you love animals and or Japanese art, kind of perfect. Everything from, adorable bunnies and puppies on scrolls to really beautiful kimonos with roosters and birds on them. And then also some contemporary works. If you like Yayoi Kusama, known for her infinity rooms, there are these really colorful dog sculptures that she made. Or at Team Lab, they're these digital artists from Tokyo. They've made these really awesome digital panels for the exhibit. So
that's cool.
Really
There's a certain, I know some of them are sculptures and some of them are paintings, but there is just a certain vibe about them that is really cool. To look at.
So when I walked through the exhibit, they actually talked a lot about how the depiction of animals in Japanese art, they're very alive, much more alive than a lot of other art forms. And yeah, you really get that walking through.
Right. I mean, I'm not a connoisseur, but I'm looking at that wow, that's very fascinating. So that's really cool. Okay. And it's also Museum Day. Is that this weekend?
Yes, on Saturday. So Smithsonian Magazine every year, in the spirit of Smithsonian museums, they offer free admission on one day to literally hundreds of museums around the country.
Oh, that is cool.
And here in Southern California, there's dozens and a bunch in LA.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I'll say though, right? We actually have a lot of awesome museums in LA that are free all the time.
Already, yeah.
So the way this event works is you go onto their site, you download a ticket for a museum. So don't do one for a museum that's always free, right?
That is a good point. And so in order to sort of figure that out, is there anything on Time Out LA's website that might be helpful?
Yeah, so we've picked out a few of our favorites. I'd suggest the Autry in Griffith Park, the Japanese American National Museum in Little Tokyo is another good one, Museum of Latin American Art in Long Beach. I think those are 3 great ones to start. Also, when you're booking your ticket on the Museum Day site, it'll tell you if it's an always free museum.
Yeah.
So while we love those museums, maybe don't do those on Saturday.
Right, right. Listen, as you're talking, I know there's part of your job, I'm sure that's a grind, but I also just thought you have a really cool job because you get to know about all the cool stuff that's happening in LA. All right, the other thing is the decade celebration at Bedrock LA. What is that?
Yeah, so I guess to start, if you're unfamiliar with Bedrock, it's this really, really cool music studio in Echo Park. It's a mix of rehearsal, recording spaces.
Ooh, that looks cool.
But they're turning 10 years old, and
Wow.
Dub Lab, which is this really great nonprofit online radio station, they're turning 20 years old. So they're doing kind of a mashup party to celebrate at Bedrock on Saturday.
Wow, who
And
knew? I mean, you did, but who knew that some of these places have been around for so long?
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you're not a musician, you might not have been to Bedrock before. But
Right.
one of the great things is that there's going to be performances all over the property. So everything from the parking lot outside to the
Wow.
performance spaces inside. There'll be a beer garden, all sorts of pop-up art activations. It should be a really fantastic
That
time.
sounds so cool. I'm a little upset that I'm in the process of moving and I shouldn't be doing stuff like that, but that's a really cool event. And then the other thing is LA's best vegan tacos at 1 Santa Fe. What's that?
Yeah, you might be able to intuit what that's about from the name, but
Vegan tacos.
LA's best vegan tacos all in one place. So
Right.
1 Santa Fe in the Arts District, they're hosting this taco tasting. All vegan tacos from a dozen different chefs in LA. It's places like Cafe Gratitude, Gracias Madre, Sage, Tocayo Organica, and basically your ticket, I think it's about $35. It gets you a taste of each taco. And then there's also, beer being served. I believe there's hard kombucha. So kind
Nice.
of a
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are vegan, and it's a cool way to be able to, get some delicious tacos and also just socialize.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite on the list from today? Did you say already LACMA?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun at that exhibit.
Did you? Okay.
But I also really love cute animals, so I suppose I'm biased.
So you're biased. That's awesome. I mean, there is really so much going on. I know they say that we're wrapping up summer. I don't know if this is because it is one of the last weekends of summer that they're going out with a bang, or if this is just the city that we live in.
It's one of the great things about LA, right? I
Yeah.
mean, there's still outdoor movie screenings going on through the end of October, and people
Yeah.
typically think of that as summer. So don't worry, I know summer's coming to an end, but you still have plenty of time to do awesome stuff.
Yeah, very cool. I mean, you're like our, the best friend that knows all the cool stuff that is going on. So it's always great to have you. Where can people go to get more information on any of these events?
Yeah, just go to timeout.com/LA, and we have
Yeah.
the details about all of these and more this weekend.